Thought the storm would break me, the waves were loud, the night was long, and fear had become a voice I heard every day. But then, through the noise, through the wind, through the chaos, Jesus walked in, and suddenly peace had a name again. I was losing sleep to worry, trying hard to stay afloat. Every prayer felt weak and trembling, like a whisper barely spoke. I had carried disappointment like a shadow on my chest, and every road I tried to follow only left me more distressed. Then right in the middle of my breaking, when I thought hope had gone dim, I felt a calm I can't explain now. That's when you stepped in. You didn't shout above the thunder, you simply stood beside me there. And somehow all the fear inside me couldn't breathe within your presence. He walked into my storm, and the waves stopped owning me. The fear that once controlled my nights lost all authority. He walked into my storm, and peace filled up the air. I realized I was never alone, because Jesus was standing there. Smiles that looked okay, but heaven saw beyond the surface and met me in my pain. You touched the wounds I never opened, you healed the ache I could not name, and the room that once felt hopeless started changing when you came. Now every scar becomes a story, every tear becomes a song, because the God who found me sinking was holding me all along. I thought the night would last forever, but mercy reached me in the rain, and the hand that calmed the waters is still speaking peace today. He walked into my storm, and the darkness had to move. The battle that once terrified me could not stand against the truth. He walked into my storm, and hope came back again. The place that almost broke my heart became the place you entered in. You stood where fear was shouting, you stood where pain had grown, you stood where I was weak. He called my heart back home. Didn't wait for sun, you didn't wait for sunshine, came into the rain, and every place your presence touched could never stay the same. Walk into this storm again, walk into this storm again. Jesus, bring your peace. Speak into the wind again. Speak into the wind again. Speak into the wind again. Jesus, calm the sea. I did before, because I've seen what happens when you walk through broken doors. Even in uncertain moments, even when I cannot see, I know heaven is still moving and your hand is covering me. So if another storm, He walked into my storm, and everything started changing.
The night that almost buried me
became the place of healing.
He walked into my storm, and now my heart can sing that peace is not a feeling. Peace is a king.
The storm was real, the pain was real, the fear was real, but so was His presence. And when Jesus walked in, oh, everything changed. And everything started changing. The night that almost buried me became the place of healing. He walked into my storm, and now my heart can sing that peace is not a feeling. Peace is a king. The storm was real, the pain was real, the fear was real, but so was His presence. And when Jesus walked in, everything changed. Ha, 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 And everything started changing. The night that almost buried me became the place of healing. He walked into my storm, and now my heart can sing that peace is not a feeling, but peace is a king.
The storm was real,
The storm was real,
the pain was real,
the pain was real,
the fear was real,
but so was His presence. And when Jesus walked in, everything changed. Hey, oh yeah.
and everything started changing.
The night that almost buried me became the place of healing. He walked into my storm, and now my heart can see that peace is not a feeling. Peace is a king.
The storm was real,
The storm was real,
the pain was real,
the pain was real,
the fear was real,
but so was His presence. And when Jesus